Today I'm going to talk about pre-turned edge applique method, and that happens to be my favorite. This quilt behind me was made using the pre-turned edge method that is my favorite, and you can see there's just smooth edges, and you can't see any stitches at all. There's no rough edges and no machine stitching. So that's just what I like to do. I like to have something in my hands at night to work with. And so in order to prepare all of that, I like to turn the edges ahead of time and then glue baste it to my background and then stitch it. It will stay glue basted for indefinitely, and you can take it everywhere. I want to start with this book. This book is called Off the Block Applique, and it was written by Pearl Pereira. Okay, she does beautiful work. Everything that I'm gonna do, or most everything, is in this particular book. I have a few of them for sale, but you can also buy it on Amazon. They're about $25 or thereabouts. So to start out with, we are going to talk about your mat and your iron. So I have created a mat to work on. This is just a bit of thermo web. I think that's what it's called. But anyway, it's what you would use for a pot holder. And believe it or not, I am able to put this on my desk and I can have irons on it and it does not heat up. It just barely gets warm on the bottom. This is just a muslin, and it's just a little quilt, okay? And I can roll this up and take it anywhere. Or you can use a regular mat, the June Taylor type mat, or Olfa type mat. I've used this one, but you can see I used it a lot. So it did get some burn on it. But that's because I used it a lot. I ended up making a covering for it, but this is also a very, very good mat to use. And in fact, if I'm not traveling, this is the one that I currently use. I just made a cover for it. Okay, so the irons. But you get this on Amazon as well. It's called a Clover Patchwork Iron. This big, plugs in, and it's a great iron. Another iron that I use is this Clover craft iron. This craft iron comes with several different end pieces. So you unscrew this piece right here, take this out, and then you can add a bigger one, okay? Or you can add this special thing here. I've never used it, but I'm sure it would come in handy doing something special. You can use this little flat one. These are accessories that I bought separately. So the original small tiny one, this one I use most of all because I do small sections, but so it would be the small triangular shape or the larger one. So the next thing I want to talk about are your starch and the other tools. Now I use just regular old starch for clothing, and I put it in a jar. This is actually a little moonshine jar, but I just spray it in there and it becomes this liquid. I also make my own starch, which is you can find recipes for it online. I made this, and you make it out of vodka and water, and you put a little bit of like a nice smelling oil in there so you don't smell it, so it doesn't smell like vodka. These are tools that I use to turn my edges with. This is a Stiletto. I sell these. This is a tool that you would help with ironing small sections. This brush is used for the starch. I'll be demonstrating that later. Okay, so once you get your edges ironed underneath for each of your pieces, you're going to baste it to your background using Roxanne's glue baste. Now, I'm told that Roxanne's glue base is also the same thing as Elmer's glue. I don't know if that's true. It might be. So if you have some Elmer's glue and you'd rather try that, then that's fine. But this is, hopefully it's water soluble. The Elmer's glue that I've used before, like in school, it would clump up and it got really hard, but this doesn't do that. And it also, like I said, it's water soluble, and that's important. It comes in several different sizes and configurations. This is looks like lipstick, but it's just a little travel glue, and you just stick it on your piece, and it's literally the same thing as a lipstick. Freezer paper. So I use Reynolds freezer paper, Reynolds kitchen paper. This paper, I make the templates out of this paper. I use 2 pieces and I put them on top of one another, and it makes a nice template that is used to make my shapes. Pearl has Ultimate Applique template paper. She sells that on her website at P3 Designs. You can try some of that. I haven't used it, but I do have some that I'm going to try. But those are the main tools that I will be using to teach the pre-turned edge method. And I think that's it.